Most of us want to be good dads, man. That's just what it is. You have kids, you want to be a good dad. But a lot of us, we didn't know how to do it, right? Who teaches you? People ask you, you ready to be a dad? Some of us say, oh, yeah. But who's ready, right? Especially if you weren't raised by a father or you didn't have an example. How do you know? I wanted to take some time, man, and do I think a 3-part podcast, man, just for dads out there. I'm a father. I got 4 kids, 4. My son is 20, have twin girls, 18, and my little one is 7. I lost a child as well, man. So I know the woes of fatherhood. Society teaches men to provide, right? Society teaches men to provide, to protect, right? Pay the bills. But in these episodes I want to put out, man, I want to break down what it really means, man, to be a father and why we matter so much, because that's another stress out there. Do dads matter? Sometimes women can take on so much and it makes it seem like, we don't count at all. Sometimes our kids will go to mom as if dad doesn't exist. We all got those ups and downs, man, but dads do matter. And I just want to share some things with us today, man, just for guys who don't know, for guys who just need to be encouraged, man. Keep on going. You're a great dad, man. But there's always things we can do better. I think one of the greatest things I ever did as a dad was apologize to my kids. One of the greatest things I ever did was go to my children and say, you know what? I didn't do that so well, and I apologize for that. I really felt manhood in that. That's really manhood. That's vulnerability in fathering, right? Because you want your kids to go out there and not only say they had a great dad, but you want to be an example when they become fathers, when they become mothers, of what it means to be a humble parent, right? Leading with humility, because you're a teacher, ultimately. That's what you want to be. You're preparing a next generation of people. So I think one of the best things, man, that you can do as a father is presence over presence, right? Your there-ness. I don't even know if that's a word, but your there-ness counts, bro. You being around, them knowing they can reach for you, them knowing they can come to you. And some of us say, well, I'm right there. It's one thing to be right there. It's another thing for your kids to feel comfortable saying, I can go to my father, right? You got to open up that door, man, because you want them to trust you, to be able to bring stuff to you that may even disappoint you. And that may be a journey back. Some of us might have broken that trust, but that doesn't mean it's gone forever. You can still build that trust because you want to be that rock for your kids. Your kids need you more than they need things, bro. Right? Kids think they need things, and sometimes we give them the things they want, but the truth is they need you. And even if you're getting them things, be with them while they're getting them things. Teach them things about the things you're getting them, the cost of things you're getting them. I had a big joke with my kid the other day, my daughter. She's the Cash App queen. Here, Dad, I need a Cash App. And one day I just went in there and looked at the total amount of Cash Apps I sent to my daughter. I showed it to her. She was like, Dad, I'm so sorry. I said, no, kid, that's what dads are for. But it just gave her a lesson of what it means to sacrifice for your kids. She'll never forget that, right? Because it's about leading by example, right? You lead by example because you want them to know what it feels like. The best way to raise strong kids, healthy-minded kids, is to be the man you want to be in front of them, right? Being all that you want to be in front of them, never living and being less than yourself. That's the greatest thing you could do for your kid, is to be all of you, because it shows them they don't have to hide. They don't have to hide when they're up and when they're down. Sometimes trying to be the perfect parent, you wind up being the most horrible parent, because your kids need to see a human being. They need to know dad is human, right? And if you're too angry, you go too far, say the wrong thing, apologize. That shows more of your humanity, right? A big thing for our kids too, man, is understanding what they need, right? Understanding what they need, because especially if you have multiple children like I do, all of them have a different need, right? So I found in my fatherhood that one of the biggest things we need to know is that one size doesn't fit all, right? What you do for others, one works for this and it don't work for that one, right? It's about taking the time to say, okay, let me look at each and every child and what they need, what makes them smile, what makes them laugh, what makes them angry. One of the things I did too was I asked all my kids, I put the love languages before them. What's your love language? I learned a lot about my kids from putting that before them and saying, you know what? And they told me what their love language. I learned how to love them. We do that with women, right? And I say this a lot. Imagine putting in the time in with your daughters, right? And when you out there single, pursuing women, or even now if you're single, you're pursuing, what it takes to win a girl's heart. Imagine doing that for your daughters, putting that type of time in, that type of effort in, that type of money in to pursue her heart. See, that right there, man, it shows them pure love, because you're the one that's going to love them and not want nothing from them. The only man who's going to love them without wanting nothing from them. They need to know that and feel that so they can measure men by the love you gave them. See, it's all about emotional intelligence when it comes to your kids. Emotional intelligence, not just book smarts, but emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, being able to tap in. See, your ability to manage your emotions, it will teach your kids a whole lot. You know, I have a short fuse, man. I didn't do so good at that raising my kids. You know, they saw me angry a lot, you know, trying to work hard and this and that. That wasn't good. I made it my business in their older years, man, to really, really be in control of that for their sake, right? So they could see me in a better light, but also know that they don't have to just move by their emotions. See, moms, you know, they show the love, the nurturing, but dads, we're the lesson board, right? We're the chalkboard in our kids' life. So don't be afraid to take the chalk and teach your kids, man. Teach them with your actions, teach them with your words, teach your kids. You're the chalkboard in your kid's life, right? Then learn this, man. Learn that there's a difference between discipline and punishment. There is, right? What discipline is about teaching your kid. Discipline is about what did you learn? How do you resolve that, or how do you think around that, right? Punishment is about control, right? Don't punish, man. Discipline. Because listen, and some of us saying, well, no, you know, you got to listen. Trust me, bro. The punishment thing, it only blocks off a wall between you and your child. You got to know, man, you got something called man voice, right? It's like when the little kid is being bad and the mom is like, come on, let's do this. And dad walks in, come on, let's go. The kid moves right with the father's voice. That's a gift from God that you have as a man. So use that when it comes to your children. You don't got to yell. You don't got to scream. Sometimes we do that because we don't know our own authority, right? We don't know our own authority, just in our voice, man. It's God-given gift for fathers. Use your voice. Your children are looking for the voice of love, guidance, direction, and discipline because they're learning something from you, right? So understand that, man. Grab a hold of that because your kids, that voice you have, use it. It's your power. Don't use it as a weapon to scorn. Use it as a guide light to show them where to go. See, kids always remember how you made them feel. Right? Kids always remember how you made them feel. So if they feel guided by you, they'll always look for guidance from you. If they feel punished by you, they'll always look to make sure daddy is not upset, which is not a good place for a kid to be, right? It's not to say you don't get upset, but it's a way to handle that, right? Because it's not always about what you say, man. It's about how you operate. And kids are keen. They know how you operate. They know, like, okay, something's going on. Kid, don't think you're ever fooling your kid, man. Kids know, right? And always remember this, man. And I want to end this because I want to do 3 of these. I want to really do a 3-part series. But remember this, last point. You remember that you're raising future adults. You're not just raising kids. You're raising future adults. That will change your mind about how you operate. You're raising future adults, not just kids. See, we all think that, right? This was a strong revelation for me to learn that it's like, okay, I'm just raising these kids. No, you're raising future adults. You're raising giants. Right? You're raising people that's going to go out there and raise other people. You're raising people that's going to go out there and influence other people. So that should change your approach to how you do this thing. Every lesson, man, that you want to teach your kids, it should be preparing them to be independent, right? Capable, strong, right? Strong-minded, well-able, right? So you're raising influencers, not internet influencers, but world influencers, right? Right? You're raising humans, right? Because this technology stuff, man, it's torn many families up and all that. We got to point our kids back to humanity, right? Connecting on human levels. So that's where you want to go with your kids, man. What is it about being a good father? Check this video out again. Run it back, man. I had to not only run this video back. For me, I had to run through my life, man, and run through my mistakes to even put this series together. But I appreciate y'all listening, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, become part of the Dear Brother podcast, man. It's where grown men keep on growing. It's a heck of a community, man, where there's no judgment, right? And we don't make excuses around here. We don't blame other people. We stand up. Strong men, strong fathers, strong husbands, strong boyfriends, strong business partners, strong business owners, whatever it is. Strength is in our vulnerability. Strength is in our self-awareness. Again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. I love you. Make sure you love you. Walk this life out with no fear, no shame, and no compromise. We end the show like we always do. Yesterday was history, and tomorrow's a mystery. All you got is right now, my man. What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do about it? I see you soon, man. Until the next time. Peace.